Hello, welcome, manifestors. I know. I'm Jim Halterman. I'm the West Coast Bureau Chief of TV Guide Magazine. Thanks for being here. You know what? It's all connected. It is. Or is it? Because Manifest is a show that likes to surprise us. It was revived after cancellation, for crying out loud, by Netflix. Thank you for that, Netflix. And the final 10 episodes drop tomorrow. And you guys just saw the first episode, and so there's lots to talk about, so I'm going to shut up and bring people out. First up, he plays Robert Vance. Please welcome Daryl Edwards. Hey. Hey. And we didn't see a lot of her in this episode, but she plays Angelina Meyer. Holly Taylor's here. And we did see a different kind of Zeke. We'll find out more about that. Let's welcome Matt Long. And who's going to solve the math and science problems? Saanvi, of course. Please welcome Parveen Kaur. And she's grown up in front of our eyes on this show. Please, as Olive Stone, please welcome Luna Blaise. And who are you going to call but Jared Vasquez? Please welcome J.R. Ramirez. And I don't know about you guys, but every time this guy cries on screen, I kind of get choked up. He plays Ben Stone, Josh Dallas. And last but not least, she saves the world, and she's Michaela Stone. Please welcome Alexa Roxburgh. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Jim.
Thanks all for being here. We were talking backstage. I think this is the fourth panel I've moderated with these guys, and always a good time. This might be the last one. I don't know. Maybe we'll squeeze in one more. I don't know.
You're part of the family now, Jim.
I know. You guys notice the fearless leader, Jeff Rake, is not here. There's a little writer strike going on, so he can't be here. But I want to hear from you guys about Jeff and just steering the plane to this final landing. Can you guys talk about these final episodes and Jeff kind of steering all this? Josh, do you want to start there?
Sure. I mean, Jeff Rake is the showrunner of your dreams, the writer of your dreams, the boss of your dreams, and we're all super sad that he's not here. But, you know, he always, from the very beginning, from when we all first met him, he had the end in sight. He knew how he wanted to land the plane and finish out this story for all the characters and for all of you. And, you know, it's been a fairy tale version with this show. You know, we were on NBC, and then we came back to Netflix, and we didn't think we were going to be able to finish it. So and I know we're all just so happy for Jeff that he got to finish his story, and we were glad that we were able to help him out with that. And we miss him greatly, but we support all those writers, and we hope that we can come to some sort of fair deal for everybody and get back to work.
Yeah. Melissa, anything you want to add there about Jeff and this final season?
I mean, to follow that, I think just to say that Jeff not being here is because he literally is being held at home. It's taking everything in him to not be here with us today. And yeah, everything Josh said about supporting the writers, and we just hope this is over soon.
And I've been talking to you guys since day one about the show. When you saw the script for the final episode, I know we can't talk about it, but what were the reactions? I just want to hear reactions. Did some of you know what was coming, or was it a surprise? Who kind of knew what was coming with the finale?
I don't think anybody did.
I don't think anyone.
Yeah, no.
Jeff keeps a secret.
There was a lot of tears. I think I heard you reading it because our rooms were next to each other.
You heard me reading it.
I heard a little. I heard some sobs happening before I even opened it, so I was freaking out.
Wailing.
Yeah, our rooms were next to each other.
Very emotional.
Yeah, it was
overwhelming.
Tough. It was really, really tough to pick up.
Yeah, there's something there for everyone. All these characters that we know and love that we've been following for 5 years. I thought it was overwhelming, really. But also the answers that you're looking for are going to be there.
Yes, love it. Well, let's talk a little bit about what we've just seen and talk about what's coming. the 8-month time jump, and the death date is now 9 months away, which puts a nice clock on everything. Besides time, what's the biggest thing our heroes are working against?
Me?
I didn't want to say that, but you know.
I think just every problem in the show is because of Angelina at this point, and it just keeps getting worse. I don't know. She has no self-control.
Does everybody agree?
I think they're also
100%.
Tiny but mighty, literally.
I think we're also working against the state. I mean, in a post 9/11 world, what happens with these passengers, it's not difficult to imagine it actually happening. So we're all working against, I mean, imagine the government is terrified of you. The government is terrified of you. My character is a part of the government. How do you do what you need to do juxtaposed to that? I think that's a big part of these last 10 episodes.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, the passengers are in a unique situation, as you've seen. Now they're under even more intense scrutiny, intense observation. The callings are no longer theirs to solve amongst themselves. And that's going to create major hurdles as we go through part 2 of season 4 for Saanvi, for Mick, for Ben, for everybody, trying to figure those out. Yeah, they're in a petri dish.
And we saw a little bit in this episode, Melissa, with Mick going through just emotionally what she's going through with Zeke not being there anymore. But then he does appear, since we can talk about that a little bit.
He always does, doesn't he? Always comes back.
But you know, Ben does say to her that she's gonna fall apart if she doesn't really face up to her grief. So is Zeke appearing to her going to help her, or is it actually holding her back at all?
Oh man, that feels like a philosophical question.
Just wait till you see her grief here in episode 4.
Gets longer than his. No, I think, you know, it's that thing that you think will help you, and I think it does in a lot of ways. I think there's some processing in him coming back, and this glow that they're in together that allows her to eventually pivot one way or another. I don't know how much are we allowed to talk about stuff or no?
Well, they just saw the first episode.
Okay, so no. So it gets to a point where it's a pivoting point of whether it will help her or not.
Okay. Who is she leaning on the most? Because there's a heavenly Zeke, but then also Jared is very much alive and there.
Always around.
Just saying.
Yeah, he's really there for her, this chunk.
Okay, I'll take that answer.
Yeah, real helpful.
It was and will always be complicated between these two.
There you go. Josh, we saw Michaela and Ben and Saanvi, they're all in this detention center. But they do end up coming back to it at the end, which I was surprised when I saw this episode. Is it good coffee? Is it the Wi-Fi? Why did they... How does that help?
Great benefits if you're a member in the detention center. Now, you know, I think he comes to the conclusion that it's going to be easier to fight from the inside, and he's going to try that out. We'll see if it works every single time. But yeah, I think he thinks that's where he's going to need to be. And of course, Michaela finds a way out. And something I said. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you. And Michaela's out. You know, she's fighting from the outside. So we're trying to hit him from both ends.
Okay. And let's talk about Saanvi a little bit. With she and Ben, the show's kind of there are feelings there. There's a connection between the two of them. Parveen, how would you describe their relationship in these last 10 episodes?
Oh, I don't remember.
It's been a while for us, guys.
Yeah, I really don't remember.
I was that important.
We do get closer. You get closer.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
ways to get
yeah,
closer.
I would.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think these two characters find themselves in a situation where they want to find comfort and want to find safety outside of everything that's happening. They want to find a moment where they can feel something, something outside. I'm trying not to say things, but
You don't remember either. It's
He's
fine.
super subtle.
what?
We don't remember.
We don't
We
remember.
just don't remember.
I think they have a very deep, deep love, a deep, deep friendship, which is as important and as valuable as true love. And I think, yeah, they,
Yeah.
yeah. I think they.
How you doing there, Josh? How's it coming?
I think that's next question.
They like each other.
I want to ask the audience, so who would like to see things maybe progress in a certain direction between these two?
Front row is looking real iffy on that. Let me just.
What?
She wants a
Like a
woman
trigger
on the
warning?
episode to watch out for.
Oh no, you're just saying no.
There's a warning on every episode, so
The passion, though,
prepare every episode.
Okay.
Saanvi.
Buckle up.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So Matt, very happy you're here because I wasn't sure. Right. And clearly,
To be here, thank you.
there's an equinox in heaven or wherever Zeke is because he looks very fit.
He looks pretty good.
He looks good. But I guess the question about when is he, because there is talk in this episode about, they mentioned he's in 2018, which is a time where he hasn't met Mick yet. Is there anything you can talk about there? Why is that significant that he's not in the present time there?
Pretty amazing. And I won't give anything away because it's part of the journey. Zeke did die at the end of the first 10 episodes. That's confirmed. Jeff is
Confirmed.
That's
Yes.
that's not a spoiler or anything. But Michaela doesn't really understand it, but I'll give you a hint, and you got some of that in the episode. If you see what he's wearing, and you'll see more of that sort of thing that gives you an idea of what may be going on here. It's really cool what happens. So stay tuned, and you'll figure it out as she does. And I think that you're going to love it because I thought it was an amazing idea the way that it plays out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who has theories? Do you guys have theories? Okay. We're not going to talk about them yet, but I just want to know that I'm not the only one.
But good for you.
Exactly. Luna, I love how Olive has just come along this whole journey since the first season. I watched some first season episodes, and there she was, a younger girl who was just reacting to things, but now she's very active. How has that been for you to play? One, that she's showing that she's her
No
her
calling,
father's daughter.
but she's active. That's for sure. Yeah, I think that, being a bit of the outsider, I want to call myself almost in this situation. It was really cool to see her progress. And I think that you genuinely saw from definitely the pilot, you saw like a little girl. She was little and, afraid and scared. And I can definitely tell you by the finale, she is a woman. She's definitely a woman. She makes grown-up decisions, and evidently, I don't know.
You also don't remember.
I don't really remember. I remember that table read, and I think I was emotionally not there, or mentally. You can see there's this photo where everyone else is smiling and I look like I just came out of I don't even know. I'm hysterically sobbing in the face, red in the eyes. But in regards to Olive, I think that, she's just fought for her family. And I think that she doesn't want anything to happen at the end of the day, but this is manifest and everything, and all of it happens all the time. But I don't really think I can say a lot. I just know that a lot of these characters, not even just myself, everyone has progressed into such beautiful endings. You know, everyone's story is going to be told.
Yeah, I have to say, I love the moment in this episode where Ben sees that she's recreated his board downstairs, and it's just a beautiful moment.
She's turned into mini Ben Stone. You'll definitely, you will see some things in this second part where it's just like, oh, yep, no, that's definitely Ben Stone. Yep, for sure.
She's very much my daughter.
And Ty Duran couldn't be here as Cal, but normally I would throw this to Jeff Rake, but can anybody talk to Cal's journey in this? Because we see his scar is lighting up differently. We're seeing him on the plane, and anybody, Luna?
Beautiful, really, truly. I will say this forever, and I think I said this at Paley Fest as well, but being Ty's, and I think I can speak not just for myself, but being Ty's scene partner is genuinely such a joy, and it's such a blessing. He came into this journey very, very late in the game, and he took that role just like head on, and he became so involved in this story in such a magnificent way, and he is absolutely just incredible. Not speaking about Cal, speaking about Ty here, but he is really, truly amazing, and what he does with these last 10 episodes with Cal is truly outstanding, and you guys are in for a beautiful watch from Ty.
Okay.
I think to add to that, on the Cal aspect, he's always been special, and he takes his character is still special to another degree in this next chunk.
Yeah. And Ty's taken on the role so well. I mean, we missed Jack Messina, but Ty's just really brought that character, because in some ways it does feel like a different character because he's older and all that. So hats off to you, Ty. So Holly, we didn't say a lot of Angelina in this episode, but you're here. And I think we might see your face in the trailer or something. But my question is always, I always want a villain to be kind of redeemed a little bit, even if they stay full-on villain. And I think I might have even asked you that at New York Comic Con last fall. But is there a chance with these last 10, or is she just full-on?
Yeah, I mean, there's always a chance for everybody, you know. It just depends what you do with that chance. But yeah, she's on a mission. I'll say that much. And like we always say, she thinks that she's doing the right thing. So from her perspective, it's like redemption from what? You know, she's made mistakes, but so is everybody. You know, murder, whatever. But
who hasn't done a little murder?
Kidnapping.
Yeah, you made some pretty crazy mistakes there, pal.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
So there's a chance, but yeah, she's definitely up to no good in everyone else's eyes.
Okay. How is it for everybody to play these scenes with Holly, who's so sweet and nice in real life, but yet Angelina,
As far as you know.
As far as I know. But how is it when you guys get to play scenes with her when it's just intense?
I think Holly has one of the best screams I ever heard. Like, I think you could be a contender for one of the best screams in Hollywood.
Oh, thank you.
Because she has a crazy moment, and the scream that you let out, I mean, it just was like so jarring.
Thank you. I practice a lot at home.
Yeah, how do you?
My neighbors love it.
But the thing is, like, that's a hard thing to practice. You can't practice screams very often. I mean, where can you do that? But
yeah, we talked about this on the day because it was like I get nervous before I have to do a big scream like that because, like you said, you can't practice it. You don't know what's going to come out of you. So they say action, you're just hoping for the best. And I don't know, think about an ice cream sundae you dropped when you were 10 or something and just let some kind of wail out of you.
I would say 10 years old. I would do that now if I dropped my ice cream.
I'm trying to appear civilized. I did that last night.
Daryl, we know Vance he's kind of working both sides of things in these episodes. With almost everybody in the cast, I still always kind of wonder what the show has up its sleeve. But how loyal would you say Vance is to our team of survivors?
At this point, I think he's there. He's part of this family. He's separated from his own family, and this has kind of become his family. In this episode, Ben is sneaking out with Melissa. What you don't know is that in that scene where Vance comes down the stairs, and he cuts off their bracelets. They gave me a real knife, and they didn't dull it. And I cut Melissa by mistake. And I was so like upset that I cut her. I didn't cut myself.
I think I heard him chuckle.
So there was like blood everywhere. Okay. But I forgot your question.
Blood and non-dull knives. I was asking about his loyalty to our people, especially since he still also has a foot in the government.
He's
one of the most loyal.
Yeah.
Really.
He said, I have a scene with you later on. I love that scene with you. It's wonderful.
I've never shot a scene with Daryl once. I think this might actually be one of our only scenes that we have throughout the whole show. It's very beautiful.
In the entire run of the show, that's the only time that it's just been the two of us in a scene. And it's a really good scene.
Just tell that you're part of the family in that.
What?
I think you can tell, the viewers will be able to tell that you grow into the family aspect in that scene.
It's very dangerous to look into anyone's eyes in this cast because because everyone is so involved and so personal, and you know them as good people. There's not one bad person in this cast unless it's me. There's not one bad person. So if you look into anyone's eyes, you see somebody that you really love. And that's what happened at our scene. You were like on the verge. That's what happens in my scenes with Parveen. You're on the verge and you're focusing on saying what you want to say. And then I'm looking at your eyes and go, don't you cry. Don't you cry. Just say the line. Just say the lines. I forget your question.
Yeah.
I think you answered it. So we're good. We're good. But I think we're just going to let you keep talking for a while. I love it. I love it. Who can, all the scenes, this is not a light show. These are a very heavy show. Who kind of has a harder time like shaking off the day, like after some of these intense scenes? Does anybody have a hard time with that? Because you do get so involved.
Well, Zeke has a lot of emotional stuff. I mean, the whole time he has really, and physical stuff too. Yeah, I mean, it is difficult to come down after. You're really taxing, right? I mean, I'm sure we've all experienced that. So, yeah.
Your psyche can't really tell the difference, honestly.
Yeah.
It can't, genuinely. I remember that there was this one scene, I know, but where I see Cal for the first time, and I let out this really intense scream. And I actually remember that was one of the first times afterward where you sit back and you're like, whoa. You're like, okay, Luna wasn't going through that. Olive was going through that, but your brain doesn't tell you any different. It's very exhausting, but at the same time, being able to know how to separate reality and work, it's nice. If you can get the hang of it.
I guess we did not separate that.
No, we didn't. No, I was gonna say the weather.
The
weather was something I remember being difficult too. Sometimes, like the cold extremities of New York. Sometimes shooting is tough to I'm not gonna even go there. I see what you're doing. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, you know what? The weather, the cold was hard to let go of sometimes.
The cold.
I think JR's blushing. Anybody seeing this? Just a tad.
I have one good ear, and I kind of heard, and that's not my good side. So I kind of heard what she said, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna let it.
We can say whatever we want on this side.
JR, do you remember at the farmhouse? And it was so cold. It was so cold. And you were trying to make sense of how a certain thing happens. And then the director said, well, then just take off your jacket. And you said, yeah, that's a good idea. Take off my jacket. Right. It was so cold. It was so cold. And you so regretted taking off your jacket.
It was such a dumb character move. I was so in the moment. I was like, oh yeah, because Matt, yeah, I remember. I gave my jacket, like someone takes my jacket off, and it was a freezing night. It was like midnight. And the first time it happened, the director loved it, so they stuck with it. And in my mind, I'm like, just shut up. Just why? Like, what are you doing? Yeah. So we had to do the rest of the night like that. It wasn't pleasant.
We're going to get audience questions here in just a second. I want to ask how have the callings changed in these last 10 episodes? When you think about when the show started, how the callings were, and they've changed over time, but what can anybody say? Again, this would be a Jeff Rake question, but what do we see with the callings in these last 10? Anybody can talk to that?
They become very specific in the sense of who can get them. I don't know what I'm supposed to be saying, but yeah, a lot of us actually don't get callings anymore. And it comes down to a few things. Am I allowed
We
to
don't
say that?
remember.
We do not remember.
We don't recall.
It's okay. It's okay. So let's get to some audience questions. We're going to keep the questions just about Manifest, and please stay in your seats when you ask. That'd be great. I want to ask, where's Donna and Jeanette? Can you raise your hands, Donna and Jeanette?
Hey, girls.
Wait, where are they? I don't see. Oh, there they are.
Hi.
So one of you is Caitlin McFarland's mother-in-law, I believe. Yes, Caitlin's one of the founders of this festival, and she told me you'd be here. So I'm gonna let you ask the first question. Do you have a question for any of these folks about Manifest?
She just wanted to take it easy. I mean, I know this is your festival, but
I think she was asking Melissa and Matt, do you actually get to touch and like be in the same space in these heavenly scenes?
Great
It's
question.
like COVID all over again.
Well, that's part of the story that we probably shouldn't say, right?
I guess I messed that up then.
No. What'd you say?
too late, Matt. Too late.
All I heard you say was COVID again. I didn't even get the whole thing. Sorry, we really shouldn't say that.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Donna and Jenna, for starting this off. Good. I see you, sir, right here with the glasses.
I watched every episode on the day here, as I also do with the American and Jackson Poppy. I missed Jackson scene. I thought he was great. I like Poppy. But the only thing that pissed me off.
Okay, that's it for the night. Thank you very much.
I'm hoping
Speak
this
your
leads to
truth.
a question.
Yeah.
We all were. Yes.
When I watch these episodes, what the heck? When
Yes.
you get the scripts, do you ever read that and have the same reaction?
Me? Oh, yes. Yes. I think whenever I read a script, it's definitely a whirlwind. I mean, I'm definitely taken aback, and I think that it's awesome that we do get to receive those scripts. And from a viewer's point of view, it's really cool to just see what those writers are writing for each episode, and not only for my story but for everyone else. It's just, you really do feel like you just want to keep turning the page, and then when you're at the end, you're just like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? And then I have to go and film, and then we wait and we find out what happens. But I think I think it's I can't even just speak for myself, but I think that everyone is definitely, it's pretty cool reading the scripts every
I think that's
time.
one of the great things about Jeff and all the writers, really, is
Yeah.
that they're so available and communicative and have the answers. I mean, they've really thought these things out. They're not just throwing stuff on the page. Like somebody said earlier, they knew the end game, and so it makes sense. Like they really know what they're doing. So it always gave me a ton of solace to be able like confidence and security, knowing that they know, and that I could always reach out with a phone call or a text or an email after I read something. And if I couldn't figure out or remember what it was, that they would always fill in the blanks, and it actually would make sense.
Yeah.
And because this show is such a mystery, show of hands, who does like to know where things are heading? Who would rather not know? Who likes to know? And who doesn't want to know?
Earlier, you asked about if anyone knew what happened at the end. I actually did, because when Jeff took me to lunch before season 4 started, because Zeke was going to die, and he told me the whole thing and how it was going to happen and what it was going to mean, and then he did tell me some of the stuff about the finale, which I thought I felt so honored to know. It was such privileged information, but I didn't reveal it. I didn't tell anybody anything, though, did I?
Yeah. You kept that. Yeah, you kept that one pretty ziplocked.
I totally did because I gave him my word that I would. I wasn't going to be that guy that he would know where it came from.
Is anybody not good at keeping secrets? So it's better you don't know things? Luna?
I
Josh?
told something to a fan at the airport coming in. And because I get so excited when I meet you guys. And as soon as I said, oh, God, can you not tell anybody? He's like, yeah, sure. Yeah. I was trying to remember his name because I was searching for his Facebook page, make sure that he didn't. It was something that was really important.
All of a sudden, that's a headline.
I should not talk to any of you, ever.
All right, another question. I see one way in the back. Speak loudly, please. Are we going to get an explanation for when you guys were in the air and the plane
I will
disappeared?
just say I went back and took a look at a couple of the episodes because honestly, it's been a long time since we shot this, and I had no idea. I couldn't remember half of the stuff that happened. Don't mess this up, JR. Don't give anything too much away. I will say, finales are tough, and a show like this is very difficult to end with all the stories and all the stuff going on. One of the things that I saw that really touched me that I think you guys are going to really resonate with is just a beautiful way that our incredible writers and Jeff were able to wrap up the story in a way that gives you just enough to answer your questions, but they leave space for you to fill in the blanks with your own humanity and with your own thoughts and with your own, and that's really freaking hard to do. And yeah, kudos to them. So I think you guys are gonna yes to your question, I guess.
They close a box and
That's
open a
what I'll
box.
say. Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa.
I didn't give anything away, did I?
No, that was me. But I still.
Everyone dies there. I've been wanting to say that.
Again.
It's like Pandora's box.
Thank you for the question. Who else has a question? Anyone over here? I see one towards the back. Yep, you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's childhood trauma that gets me to those places. No, I mean, literally, it is the words, the script, and the relationships that we build over time with these characters is the jumping off point every single time. Jeff and the writers write such rich, emotional relationships between all the characters, and particularly, Ben and the kids. And so it's easy to sort of get into those modes. It's not always fun. But it's easy to kind of slip into those dynamics and those emotions in those moments. I listen to music a lot too. But it's really all I have to do is look in their faces, and then they do the work for me. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, I heard somebody over here. Okay, you go first.
Melissa, I rewatched the first episode of the first season and then the last episode on the way here to Houston, and I was just sobbing in the car. Like whenever you find out about your mom, I was just really, oh my goodness, just like sobbing quietly in the backseat. But anyway, sorry. I was just wondering if y'all were actually like on A2A, like not your character, but like in real life. Would you take like the reins, or would you just kind of like, sit back and like wait for someone else to figure it all out?
As far as trying to figure out what happened?
Yeah. Like would you be like,
Oh, man.
take initiative, all the projects and all the work? 'Cause I feel like I was kind of
I would actually be better than my character. No, like Josh and I joked at the beginning of all this that we'd be in a psych ward. We really would. Like,
In a
I don't
straight
think
jacket.
you don't come back from that and just la-di-da listening to the voices in your head without a few medications. So I have to be honest. I don't think I would do so well.
I would find new friends. No, Jared needs to take a vacation by himself. No more women and find a new friend. Find new friends.
That's great. Good question. Thank you. Okay, right here in the middle. The question was, how has
Perfectly
being on the
clear
show
for me.
impacted the ability to get on the planes? Anybody wants to talk to?
Good for me.
It's good being on a plane because the people in the industry, they watch the show. Just coming here, the stewardess wrote me a little note saying, oh, it's so ironic that you're on our plane. I'm not even kidding. She wrote me a little, welcome aboard.
No, actually, I get actually reverse card. I said it's good for me. It's not. They group me in with y'all. First of all, they're like, every time I go on a plane, they're like, you're on Manifest. Like, you were on the plane. I go, first of all, actually, I wasn't on the plane. So nothing's going to happen to you on this plane. It was like, Josh Dallas or Melissa. Yeah. Speak to them. Don't speak to me.
Yeah, I think people get scared when they see me coming on the plane. Or just anywhere. I was literally in a restaurant once and these like teenage girls asked to take a picture and they were like, we were going to ask you, but as soon as you came in, we were like, is she going to burn the place down? So just anywhere I go, people are terrified now. So that's how that works for me. TSA loves it. They pull me aside.
Oh, passport control. I will say that. Manifest, big clutch with passport control.
Oh,
Huge,
100%.
huge. Every time they're like, you're on Manifest. I'm like, yeah, let me in. I've just gone off like a 16-hour flight. Let's go. Hurry it up, please.
Love that. Okay. We have time for one or two more questions. Right here. Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Ask Josh.
Wait, what did?
I think both me and Josh stole a lot from.
Daryl is spilling the tea. I love it.
Yo, because I saw Josh taking stuff from the. No. I saw him taking stuff from the Eureka set, right? So they're saying, well, if he taking stuff, I'm gonna take stuff. So, yeah, we were both, at one point, we were both stuffed full of Eureka stationery. Like,
I got a lot of stationery.
Yeah.
Ben Stone's glasses I have.
I have Grace's necklace.
Yeah.
I have Grace's necklace.
You have a necklace, don't you?
Yeah, I have my own, the one from season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
You'll see some things turn up on eBay, so just keep.
Daryl, who else took
Piece of the
stuff?
plane.
I did. I have Beverly's easel. I stole from another.
Oh, what? I would
Yeah.
have taken that.
Yeah.
Man.
Her easel. That's what I used for my gallery show.
Holly-
I asked them, I was like, I don't have an easel. And I was oil painting at the time on my coffee table, which is where I do everything. And I was like, this is hurting my back because I'm 85 years old. So is there any chance that I could take the dead woman's easel? She's not using it.
Holly is a phenomenal painter, and you should absolutely go check out her work. She's way too talented.
Thanks, Mel.
Okay. That's all great. So we are out of time, you guys. This was so much fun. You guys, Manifest drops tomorrow. You can watch how the show ends. Thanks to the cast for always being so wonderful, and thank you all for being here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.